Well, I first learned about Duchesne in 1975 when my fiance was a teacher and a counselor here. Both my wife and my daughter were awarded the Duchesne Prize. So they set the bar pretty high for me. When I came to work here, I was surprised to find out that you can have a lot of fun along with all the work. There were times when I would dress up as Bob the Builder and go over to the preschool and show the kids how to use different tools. Sister Fitzpatrick and I are the originators of the ghost tour. That was always a lot of fun. So 2 years ago, when I realized that I was going to be retiring soon, I wanted to come up with a gift that I could leave for Duchesne to express my gratitude and my love. One time I was in the chapel and I happened to lift up the cloth that covered the altar, and what was underneath there was just horrendous. It's a very hacked up wooden altar. And I says, aha, that's it. That's what I've got to do. I've got to build a new altar. I really cherish the history of this place, especially the chapel. And I wanted the altar to pay homage to all of the old traditions, but also to bridge and carry us forward into the future. I pondered over the symbols and themes, trying to find the perfect design. I eventually decided on the two Sacred Heart emblems as the altar's standout features. Sister Lucy Hayes and Miss Katie Grudel helped me to understand the meaning behind both emblems.
So let me begin with the common symbols, which I think you are all pretty much aware of. Like the sun, which is a reference to the Son of Justice, the Son of God. The two hearts, one the Sacred Heart and one the Immaculate Heart. We use both symbols because we're kind of consecrated both to the Sacred Heart and the Immaculate Heart of Mary. The Sacred Heart obviously is the one with the crown of thorns, and the cross on top obviously refers to the crucifixion. The second heart is the Immaculate Heart. Again, there is the flame at the top, which, she caught the flame of Jesus and also is passing it on as he is. The sword is reference of Simeon's from the Gospel, which you will find in St. Luke if you look for it. The sword of sorrow will pierce your heart. The thing that really is most intriguing in a sense to me is the wreath that you find around the symbols, and that is a laurel wreath. It used to be very symbolic for athletes. They always, when they won their contests, they were crowned with a laurel wreath. You have to work up to a victory. So all of that is included in the laurel wreath. The victory implies all the sacrifices and the hard work that went before it. It's not only you who get glory, but you pass that on. It goes into the future.
The original of this new modern logo was created in 1988 by Una Ryan, RSCJ. This heart around represents our hearts. So the Society of the Sacred Heart, the Heart of Jesus. We are called to be open, to embrace, to treasure each other, and it all comes through this logo. This newer logo is where we made our theme for the senior retreat of living with an open heart, living with that call to know and love Christ and to serve one another.
I constructed the altar using oak and walnut to match the beautiful woodwork in the chapel. While I measured, cut, and sanded, I thought of St. Joseph the carpenter, and so consequently I tried to do my very best work. Oh, perfect. All right. Thank you, guys. Okay, guys. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Looks good. Once we placed the tabletop on the altar base, it was time for my favorite part, which is the ceramics. It starts with a blank slab of clay. And I lay this down on top of the clay, pushing some of those leaves through there that I registered on top of that. To the next series of leaves. So now I have the flat piece. I formed each piece carefully, making sure that they would fit perfectly together, which is a challenge due to the clay warping and the shrinkage after it's fired in the kiln. It is my hope that the altar will be here for many years and contribute to the beauty of the chapel. Each time a Mass is said on this altar, may tremendous blessings go to each child of the Sacred Heart praying in this space.